Okay, this is more of an addendum to part 2. I want to show you guys what I found after removing the passenger side fender. As you can see, it does have, as I stated in the previous video, an indentation. But you can see right here, it has a curvature, but there is no ridge right here. Right here, this side should be virtually identical to that side, a mirror image. You can see there's a ridge right here. You can see that the hole is distorted. It's not perfectly flush. You can see it's got a nice little dent right here. And take a look at this. See how the radiator is sticking about maybe 3/8 over the top of the core support? Also notice this bracket. See how it has a gasket right here between the gasket and the radiator? See how the gasket is being squeezed? And see how this bracket is bent upwards. Now look at the other side. See how the top of the radiator is flush with the core support? See how there's a gap between the radiator mounting bracket and the gasket and the tab for the radiator? See, that tells me again, this core support is too far down. And it's down about 1/2 inch. Going by this gap. And it's offset from this mounting bolt. Here's this, my finger is actually on the hole that the nut is welded to for this bolt. It's off by also, I'd say, about 1/2 inch. So in order for me to fix this, I'm going to go to the junkyard, get this little section here from a donor vehicle. And again, I'm going to take this whole thing. If you haven't seen the previous video, I suggest you watch it. I'm going to cut it right about here and right about here. And I'm going to just reuse this upper core support because there's nothing wrong with it. But what I will do is I will drill out the spot welds. And I may not drill out these particular spot welds because I may cut it. When I go to the junkyard, I will definitely be cutting it further back in here, just because I don't really need to change this upper section. But in the off chance that I do, because it does have a little dent here, not that I think that would cause it to be stuck over in that direction. Again, once I cut this, I believe it's going to spring back over this way, because metal likes to retain its original form once it's been stamped. So, and if it doesn't come back, it needs to come back and it needs to go forward. So it needs to come this way and that way. And that's my indicator right here. That bolt through that nut. So this will be an easy pull if I have to pull it. And if you've seen my Camaro video where I pulled that one, you'll see how easy it is. This car should be quite a bit easier because the metal is basically tinfoil. I mean, it's really easy to pull this. So that's going to be that. And you can see the gap right here too. It's about 1/2 inch. But this is supposed to mesh up with this. And if you've seen my previous video, you remember that I said take a scissor jack, put it right here, and jack this up, and that'll close this gap here. It'll close this gap here, and it'll help facilitate the installation of your donor section. But that's really the good thing about working on cars, man. When they're made at the factory, the passenger side to the driver's side is basically a mirror image. The parts are virtually identical on all vehicles from side to side. Inner structure and outer structure, except mirror image, it's opposite. But another thing I want to point out is that hole right there is not in the same location as that hole right here. But I am certain that this dent should not be there, because there is no dent here. And of course you can see right here, there's a dent here and here. Another thing to really look for is paint has hardeners in it, and it'll crack wherever it gets folded. For the most part, it doesn't happen all the time. Like, I can't really see no crack in here. But if you see like a line of rust along a ridge, you know that that is from a collision. Because you might not see the paint actually cracking, but there'll be micro cracks and water gets on that and it'll rust relatively quick. But anyway, that's it for the day, or for right now anyway. Stay tuned, because I'm going to do a complete step-by-step rebuild on this car. So please do me the favor, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon if you want to see continuations of this. They'll be sent to your inbox as soon as they're released. Anyway, Rick Steele Customs out.